I'm clinching every time I. Oh. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Brazilian Grand Prix. Or is it Sao Paulo, I should be saying. And, yes, because, of course, it's not the Brazilian Grand Prix anymore, is it? It's called the Sao Paulo Grand Prix, similar to Mexico. It's now called the Mexican City Grand Prix. And, yes, I am clenching every time I change scene on this contraption here. Goodness me. It's all this technology, eh? It certainly throws me a curveball. By the way, huge congratulations to Mercedes last night. They are the first Constructors' Champions to be crowned in ALR Formula 1 this season. So hats off to the team from Brackley. Well done indeed. Then they've been dominating. I think they got 23 podiums, by the way, in silver, haven't they? Orma Beast was already crowned champion as well. And I think Mumford's been crowned runner-up as well. So really good stuff indeed there last night. And also, by the way, whilst I was watching last night, hats off to Mr. Elite as well. Mr. Elite in the last 6 Grand Prix has really turned this season around. It was a bit of a mess for Mr. Elite and McLaren, but Mr. Elite has been a revelation as well. And Kydal started to get some pace as well. But sadly, Kydal got a penalty last night, but he just finished outside the points. And I know that feeling well, Kydal, sadly, as that seems to be the place where I'm born in at the moment in Grand Prix racing. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to the Brazilian Grand Prix. A couple of things, and then I need to get off my chest first. By the way, thank you very much to Brooksy, who has been doing a lot of recruitment lately. He's been an absolute revelation now. He's so good. Well done indeed, Brooksy. So yeah, really cool stuff to see. So thank you very much, Brooksy. He's probably not listening to this, but and all that kind of jazz. But thank you very much, Brooksy, as well. So hopefully someone can screenshot that. That'll be fantastic. And I probably would, but I don't know how to do it. Also, in the joint constructors as well, it's the gap has been whittled down between Ferrari, Alpine, Mercedes, and Aston Martin. 54 points between Ferrari and Alpine. It is very close now in that joint constructor championship. However, this is normally the championship where Ferrari do extend their stretch their legs with the of course with Kian and Smithfield Mighty being absolute revelations in that Ferrari car this season. Right, on to the bronze championship, shall we? Of course, a bit of a contentious race last week, wasn't it, in Mexico, because the Grand Prix that was won by Dan, of course. The win was taken off him, wasn't it, in a post-race penalty, which cost him the Grand Prix and cost him a Grand Prix win, and of course cost him valuable points in the championship as well. So that was a big disappointment, unfortunately, for Dan, which means that it was Luke who got his second Grand Prix win of his career, and I've lost who was first out, which is shameful stuff by me. I'm sure it was one of the Red Bull spills. It might have been Craig Hart. However, Craig Hart has invalidated their time, sadly. So we're going to have to go to the Aston Martin, I think is the next one. There is Anthony. Of course, what was I saying? I don't know. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, goodness gracious me. I'm sure it's very important. Oh, yes, last week, yeah, so Dan, of course, was dropped down to third after that post-race penalty, which means that Luke got his second Grand Prix win of his career in bronze, and looking forward to see what Luke can do next season in Season 9 of bronze as well. Surely a shoe-in for maybe a title favourite, potentially. Here comes Anthony. Of course, this is... I keep trying to remind myself that Anthony is in his debut tonight, a debut season in bronze, but he's been absolutely fantastic, hasn't he, Anthony has. Jenner coming across the line, going fast. As how Jenner been pretty impressive in qualifying, but qualifying is not the issue for Jenner this season, is it? It has been tyre issues, there's been race issues as well for Jenner, which has really curtailed the former champion of bronze this season. And I do think that Jenner, I think, is out of this championship now, sadly. I don't think he's mathematically out of the championship, but I don't think he's realistically involved now. This one certainly is. Marsky leads the championship by 7 points now. That gap could have been greater, but the last two Grand Prix has not been too good, has it, for the championship leader? And this championship, hopefully, I said the same for gold. And basically, I fell on my sword with that one. Is Kian there just taking a bit of a shortcut there? Goodness gracious me, Kian. However, I don't think Kian needs to take too many shortcuts because he's already 6 tenths a second up. But Jenner is on the medium compound tyre, of course. 7 drivers to set at times so far, as that Slayer has just gone into fourth position. I think Smithfield Mighty has got a qualifying ban, has he? Not surprised. Disgraceful behaviour from Smithfield Mighty. I'm going to be honest, I've forgotten what he's done, to be fair. To be honest, I should really read I do read the race reviews, but I do read them normally on the weekend. And it's Tuesday now. A lot's happened since the weekend and Tuesday, I must say. Of course, the weekend we had an almighty storm Bert, didn't we? Was it Bert or no, Bert. the guy off the Muppets, wasn't it? Don Madango 7 fastest. But an almighty storm which hit the UK. My goodness gracious me then. And unfortunately, since then, I've had a battle with trying to get my shoes dry and not smelly, because for some reason, every time my shoes get wet, they start to smell damp and horrible. And I'm not sure whether I'm allowed to put them in the washing machine or not, to be honest. There we go. I probably should Google it, but it's just something that's been bothering me for a couple of days, but not bothering me too much because I haven't Googled it, have I? Of course, if you joined here to talk about F1 and stuff, nope, we're talking about a bit of home appliances and stuff like that. Craig R is getting a lovely slipstream off the back of one of those Saubers. I'm not sure if it's Sick as Muck or Alb. It might be it's Alb who's gone not 10th fastest. It was 9th, but Craig R quickly jumped in front of an Alb, and Alb is the slowest of the time runners thus far. Rocket League has unfortunately validated his time, whilst Ashton has gone into 10th fastest. One of my drivers of the season for me, Ashton and Kydal have been brilliant this season. When it's gone against them, both of them, you still turn up. So good stuff. Indeed, I have dropped my control on my toe. Oh, Slayer's gone 4th. Good stuff. Right, I probably should go for the championship, really, shouldn't I? But yes, that was the big takeaway. Sick as Muck going to 4th fastest. Sick as Muck was saying that he had the top straight line speed in the speed traps during the practice sessions for bronze earlier on today. Very interesting stuff indeed there for Sick as Muck. So he is going to, well, I certainly know a thing or two about trying to get past Sick as Muck. He's been my nemesis in the 100% for most of the season because I get past him, then he comes flying back past. I don't know what I'm doing with my ears, to be honest, but Sick as Muck certainly knows what he's doing because he always just seems to. It's one of those. I'm not sure if you've got that Mr. Bean meme where he's on his bikes when he's on his bike and riding past the Tour de France group. Basically, it feels like that when Sick as Muck goes past me. Rocket League is currently needs to set another time. Let me get on to the comments. Sarah, good evening, everyone. Good luck, everyone. Ultimate Beast, the champion from Silver. Hello, Sean, and good luck, everyone. Beast is now, of course, the Constructors champion as well after last night's results. Congratulations to Mercedes. The Constructors Championship cannot be won tonight for bronze. However, if Ferrari do get a 1-2, then that means that they only need... hang on. If they get a 1-2 tonight, then in Las Vegas, they could take the championship by not even racing, potentially, because the ball would be in the RB core. That's such a silly name, isn't it? Rocket League goes 10 faster. Such a silly name for the RB team. Racing Bulls or whatever they're called. Luckily, when ALR starts their 13th season... goodness me. When ALR starts their 13th season, they'll have a better card, a better team name, won't they, in a Racing Bull. There would, of course, also we'd have, hopefully, we'll probably just have, even though I don't mind Sauber, to be honest, they can put whatever they want in front, but they're always going to, whatever stake or kick or whatever, but they're still Sauber to me, as I say, they're just coming into the pit on an in-lap there. Real Aston, light rated, oh goodness me, Real Aston at the weather gentleman in the comment section there, so giving us a rundown on the weather, and we had a bit of the wet stuff, didn't we, on Sunday as well. Of course, I don't think we had any safety cars. We had a safety car in Silver last night. League race on one screen. Preston game on the other. If you see me going AI, I'll probably be celebrating a goal. Only going to hope that. Is Preston in the championship still, to be honest? I used to be quite au fait with the old football leagues and all that kind of stuff. But sadly, since FIFA's become FC, I think the game's been absolutely terrible the past couple of years. Maybe like a fun as well. Well, but I haven't played FIFA or FC much at all, so I don't really know which teams are in which championships anymore. In which they're called leagues, aren't they? In which leagues anymore, sadly. Yeah, I think the press has always been like floating around the championship end of the end of things as well as in the football pyramid. Gordo, hello, good luck everyone. Then we've also got Knowlesy. Good luck, Bronze then. Knowlesy, Smushroom, Evening Ginger, teammate, all ready to make a bag set up for Vegas. Oh, God. I forgot it was Vegas tomorrow. Oh, my gosh. To be honest, I'm not looking forward to Qatar either. Qatar and Vegas, I can't, basically, in my career modes of Qatar, I have not finished the race, and I think, and that extends back to the last game as well. So I think I've attempted to race around Qatar in my career like 6, 7 times. Not finished a single race, and that includes sprints as well. So it's not going to go too well. And Las Vegas, I like Las Vegas, probably because it's straight more than anything else, and I don't have any opportunity to crash into anyone. Having said that, though, I got to make sure I don't miss my braking point, otherwise I'm going to send someone into Narnia down the strip. As just watching Brennan, who's in 9th at the moment. I've only got 7 minutes to go in this qualifying session. I need to sort myself out. Luke, just saying that the silver pole time was a 7:4, says Luke then. So keep an eye on that. Was a 7:4 already. Goodness gracious me, from Kian, who's of course one of the championship protagonists. And just watching Brennan making their second start tonight. What a debut last week there for Brennan. I'm a big fan of this young driver. They have been superb. Now driving in the Red Bull, and not a full-time driver just yet. However, for that lap there, do ignore that, because that was not a superb lap there from Brennan. Unfortunately, Luke out on circuit at the moment then. Of course, as you can see, on a lap then, Luke, of course, the Grand Prix winner from last week there. In maybe controversial circumstances, potentially. However, we'll look back on that race as that might be a championship-defining race, potentially, but you could probably look back at a lot of the races in bronze this season, and all of them have been championship defining races. What I'm looking for is a driver who's on the lap, but I think that we're going to just stick with Brennan for the minute whilst I quickly go through the rest of the comments. Always get your home appliances from Curry, says Knowlesy. I think I got mine for Argos. I think I got my washing machine about 2 years ago. To be honest, actually, might have been from the Facebook Marketplace. 8,300 a second down for Brennan then, out of Young Sao. Hashtag get Kean in silver. New sponsor, Alex, says Serious Mushroom there, but probably hinted that we might be sponsored by Hotpoint. Which I'm sure that they're a washing machine manufacturer, aren't they? Brennan there is the limit of the car, but sadly the car is not really yielding any good times at the moment. Down in, not say good times. I'd love to have a 8, and also 666 as well, recurring. The number of the devil, isn't it? I think it is. That's potentially my number anyway. I'm a devilish human being. That's why I'm ginger. Oh no, is a quick rebuild before the race. Smithy says. So Smithy hasn't got a quality ban, which is what I led you all to believe then. Shame on me. But Smithy's got an issue with his Fanatec wheel, so it's going to be a quick rebuild to get himself sorted. But that means that Smithy is going to start 19th on the grid. Ferrari have got a buffer of 82 points in the Constructors' Championship over RB, so it's not all doom and gloom, but I think it might be for Smithy's championship chances. He is still 61 points behind in the championship as it stands, but he's going to have to do a lot of overtaking here tonight to keep himself in the running. And of course, if he does not score, at least if he does not score Marsky by 17 or 16 or 18 or 19 or 20 points-ish, then Smithy's out of the running officially, mathematically as well. Here comes Dandan, third in the championship then. Across the line, third fastest there for Dandan. He's put himself in the heart of that championship battle. He is in the heart of the championship battle anyway. There's always a wild card, though, isn't there, of course? And that wild card is Jinner. Of course, Jinner then is... sadly, mathematically, not sadly, because mathematically he's still in it, but sadly, realistically, I don't think that Jinner is a part of the championship hunt anymore. But maybe I am wrong then. I'm already sponsored by Curry's, says Knowlesy. Is Curry's even still going now? Or is that Dixon? I get him so confused, but then again, I still think the Warriors is around. We got to Anthony going onto a 3200th, so a second down there. As Dynamo Dan's validated his time, 4 minutes to go in this qualifying session. Short qualifying always goes so quickly, doesn't it? I wish that there was like a in-between qualifying session where we had 30 minutes for qualifying. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? But there we go. But I think that might be too long as well. We do have 30 minutes in Formula 2, don't we? But they only use one set of tyres, does Formula 2, so it's not really worth it, to be fair. But maybe even 20 minutes, actually. I know it's only 2 minutes extra, but, that's just my little gripe for today. I always have one. Evening to you, Camera Racer. Hello to all drivers and good luck, Bronze, as well. Carries a sponsor, Alex. Slayer is saying as well. I'm not sure. I think that Knowles is about to unveil Carries as the new ALR sponsor, which will add to our 3D track prints, which is a sponsor, as well as, of course, the ALR shop, which I'm still hoping that Knowlesy, Farf, and Smithy we'll put a gelée in as one of the clothing items as well, because I do love a good gelée. We've got Dynamo Dan then just coming up into turn 7 there, as Angry Davey has retired from the session now. Angry Davey returning after a few months out of Grand Prix race, so good luck to Angry Davey. Marski's invalidated their time at the centre S, sadly, so that is a slap on the wrist. So we're going to stick with Dynamo Dan then, former championship runner-up back in season 5. Of course, that was the same season that Jenner won the championship, didn't he? And what a season that was. Dynamo Dan led the season for about 70% of the time, but sadly, the Chinese Grand Prix heartbreak, the Chinese Grand Prix in that season there, just didn't go well for Dynamo Dan. I remember it so well as well, which Dynamo Dan probably hates that I bring it up. But of course, I was celebrating my birthday at the time, and I think I was out. Well, I wouldn't say celebrating. I was. I don't mind the meal, but sadly, it was with me. With me siblings, which is we got a blue car well off the circuit there, down at turn 4. It was with me siblings there, which sometimes. I don't want the meal, but if they just bought me the meal and left, that would have been perfect. Dynamo down 7th at the moment. Al B has gone purple in the second sector. That's a mighty second sector there for the Kick Sauber. And we've also got a bit of a slipstream as well, or we did have, but the car has just, the CRB has just gone out of the way there, sadly. Ashton, yes, but it might be down this season, real Ashton is. And so, yes, Ashton, and so got a lot going on tonight then for Preston, albeit we're only in November of the football season. With Christmas where it really gets into the thick of things. Here's Jenner then starting his lap, but a minute and a half to go in this qualifying session. And there's a car count there, there's 2 Aston Martins coming out the pits there. They cannot dawdle around on this lap there. Jenner getting his DRS out, open quite late there for Jenner, so that may have cost him. Well, he hasn't even got his ERS deployed, has he? So I think it's kind of a bit of a low at the moment, haven't we? Winnie out on the circuit. There's Keenan then, who can take the lead in the championship after what has been a pretty relentless quest for the championship lead since returning a couple of races ago after having a holiday. Craig R is out of qualifying, sadly. That is a shame. Then Jenner then, who is not on a quick lap, but it looks like that. I wonder if that's a bit of slipstreaming that as Slayer starts it up, so does Rocket Lee as well. Both Mercedes in Lionel Stern here, then, so maybe a bit of slipstream, but I think that Rocket Lee's a bit too far back, unfortunately. As we just got ALR sponsored by Curry's 2025, but yeah, this next season is 2025. That scares me, that does, because it doesn't feel that long ago since the dreaded COVID, to be fair. Goodness me, I don't even know where the last 5 years have gone. Oh, Slayer, I don't know where Slayer's going either, unfortunately. I'm well off the circuit there, and Slayer hasn't got enough time to go around and get another lap in, so unfortunately for Slayer, well, he's 8th for the moment, that's good, but unfortunately for Slayer, then he might be dropping down because the track evolution around here is quite steep. And that'll do. Went out to stop Styles moaning. It says Mushroom that. Dixon Cider says Knowlesy. I've never had Dixon cider, but then again, I like fruity cider, which. Oh, I better not say that. Goodness me, I'll probably be cancelled again. We're just watching Rocket Lee coming out of turn 15, then across the line, and a good time for Rocket Lee. The checker flag has fallen for Marsky, and Brennan has got up into 6th fastest now. Marsky is 4th, Dynamo Dan is 9th, 12th position is Winnie on his lap. Sirius Musher is 14th, Styles down in 18th position there. As we've got a Haas powering up the hill now, and it is Jenner. Can Jenner get pole position? He's a 10th for a second up on his previous best. He needs a mighty final sector. It's not enough. And at the moment, Kian goes faster still on a 7-3 for Kian then, and that's pole position then for the man who's 7 points away in the championship. Dynamo Dan, he might be able to squeeze past Jira and get onto the front row. Luke has got up in the 4th fastest. What about Dan? Across the line, Dan stays third. And at the end of that qualifying session, it really started to ramp up then after what was very much a dawdling qualifying session. But in the end, it is Ferrari's Kian on pole position for the 6th time this season. And I think that is the 4th pole position in a row for Kian. Kian has had pole position in Singapore, USA, Mexico, and here tonight. And I think that Kian is basically, since returning, has been on pole position 100% of the time. And he has had he's had first and second in his races, while he is on a mission. Kian is there, but it is pole position number 6 there for Kian, and that is also His sixth pole position of his career as well, actually, thinking about it, because making his debut tonight then. So Kian on pole position and is the man on form, isn't he, Kian? Is that goodness gracious me? I forgot to take my jumper off again. Right, let me quickly go through these comments then before I get told off. White frightening, says Russia. I remember white lightning when I used to drink it in the fields when I was a young nipper. Do another lap on soft snow machine and get stuffed. Oh, goodness me. Can't go up now, they're fixing my rear wing, says Stars. And lack of use, that's why. Oh, goodness me. Ultimate Beast, what a lap, Keaton. That was a superb lap. Of course, Ultimate Beast knows a lot about laps as well. Of course, with Mercedes been on pole position 15 times in silver. Beast has been on pole position 10 times, and Kiki 5 times in silver this season. Hot laps, says Equal, said, I will catch him, says Serious Mushroom then. As I think there's still unfortunately, Angry Davey went into the wall because I think his missus wanted him. Oh my goodness me! Angry Davey's gone the wall because I think his other half distracted him there. So that's not good, is it? I'm too scared to do efforts on this contraption, so because I need to talk about the championship anyway. But yes, of course, a quick plug in for the adverts. ALR shop, it's down in the link below. Then hopefully, get your jumper. It's a perfect time to get your jumper. I've got me pink one out again. Even though it's a bit creased, I'm gonna have to ask someone nicely to get a good old iron on the go. And of course, as well, I've even got my sweatshirt on the go. Actually, I was using it as a bit of a pajama top at the moment, as it is a bit cold. Of course, our go to the shop is absolutely fantastic. Hopefully, Alex will get me a gilet. And of course, 3D track print said, if you want the Brazilian Grand Prix, get your order in now. Of course, and all that kind of jazz. Or if you want a challenging track, oh my word, that is so light. It is intermediate tires. I was questioning whether it is intermediate tires because remember on Sunday it was very lobby spray. So yes, of course, it's going to be wet tires or intermediate tires, I should say. Right, the Drivers' Championship, Kian 7 points, Marski is 7 points in front of Kian. And then we've got Dan, who's 13 points away from Kian, 20 points away from Marski in the championship. Smithy Almighty has got wheel issues. Where is Smithy? He's going now, but still problems in that second Ferrari for Smithy Almighty. He's 61 points back then, but tonight, if he's over 88 points back or something like that, he is out of the championship. But he does have a job to do still. We're getting that Constructor Championship line, and Smith might become the first ever driver in bronze to win 2 Constructors Championships. So congratulations to them. And of course, the Constructors Championship cannot be won today. They can't be won in Las Vegas. Rain, I was right then. Kian, guys, be careful in those braking zones. Kian is saying that as Kian just making sure that the drivers are up together. Serious Russell in 5th position then in the championship. I mean, Jinner, Siggers Muck, Luke, Anthony, 8th and 9th and 10th position is Craig R. And now what am I saying? I don't know. Let's go for the grid. Kian on pole position then for the 6th time, for the 4th time in a row. Jinner alongside him on row 1 there, and I think this might help Jinner on the intermediate tyres. Dan in 3rd position there. Dan then 7 points away. 13 points away from Kian. That was a crucial resort in Mexico where Dan won, but was unfortunately relegated down to 3rd. Marski in 5th position then. Marski could potentially leave if he finishes where he starts. The championship is going to be lost. Anthony in 6th. Brennan in 7th position with Siggers Muck 8th. Rocket Lee rocketing through in 9th position. Dynamite down in 10th. Rocket and Dynamite shouldn't go well together, but they will be Dynamites on row 10. Oh, that's terrible. Row 5. Slayer in 11th position. 12th winning. Craig on 13th. Serious Mushroom is Park Skew Whiff. He's been disqualified in 14th. 15th is Al B with Ashton in at 16th and cheering on his beloved Preston. Angry Davey has been in the wall already, but he's 18th. 7th on the grid. Styles 18th. Smithy Almighty. Wheel Trumpets in 19th. 20th position is Tari. And that Marsky car is well out of position, but we should be fine. 5 lines are coming on here, and we are going to be racing in between the lakes and Interlagos. And let's go here in very light rain, then, but it's still enough then for these conditions to be very treacherous. And Jinner is catapulted into the lead into turn 1. Jinner, that's a perfect start then, and this is going to be treacherous as well. Dan cannot afford anything. Corey is up into 4th position, and he has taken off like a scalded cat here. Fantastic stuff indeed. Whoa! whoa, and who's that off at? That's when the Mercedes then have an issue. And there's a big smash in the background, and it's Tori that's had an issue, I think, and it's a big shunt, and Tori is out of the Grand Prix. Anthony's got damage there, and we seen some shunts at the back there, didn't we? Both Aston Martins have had an awful shunt, also awful start. Luke is down at 7 positions as well here. And my goodness me, we've seen some kind of issues going on the back, and then Luke is left for session there. That's not ideal for the Aston Martin. Aston Martin was on such a high directory after Mexico, but it's all of a sudden come apart here. Well, Slayer, this is going to be interesting. Well, it certainly was. And what about Slayer? Slayer's up at 4th position in the 7th position. It's very interesting for the McLaren driver. Mercedes driver. Equal said, chewing his nails out. Luke's back in the session. Tori out of the Grand Prix in his second start then. And unfortunately for the McLaren driver, didn't really get any further than turn 3. Look at that rain. It is so light at the moment. I think that it should be getting lighter, I think. Then it is, I'm going to be honest, I think if it stops raining, the drainage around here is pretty quick. So Luke has left the session again then. Unfortunately for Luke then, but the drainage around here is pretty quick then. So even if it stops raining now, I think a couple of laps and it'll be dry. Remember what happened on Sunday though? It took a very long time to transition into the from the slicks to the intermediates, but with the other way round, I feel it's going to be a different story. It's going to be a very quick transition from the intermediates into the slick tyres then. Nothing I could do. Car in front of me didn't go, says Serious Mushroom. So was it Serious Mushroom that caused all the issues, was it? That's shameful behaviour by the Mushroom. Sadly, I didn't see it. But what we did see is there was some all kind of shenanigans there with the Mercedes in the background. And I think it was one of the Aston Martins as well. Serious Mushroom's in the Willy. So I don't think, well, we didn't see Mushroom involved then. But however, we had a long shot, didn't we, out at the exit of turn 4. So Anthony coming out of the pits now. Remember that Aston Martin was starting really well. Luke has got some real issues there as he keeps jumping in and out. Jumping in and out here then. And the biggest question that has been asked today by Andy from Warwick Road then, can Ashton perform on a wet night in Stoke? Well, that is the question that we have always asked, haven't we? Especially of Lionel Messi, which we never got the answer to. But we will have the answer to Ashton tonight then. Hopefully he can then. It's Preston against Stoke tonight as well, aren't they? We'll find out as well. But as Lucas joined the session again. So we have a safety car here, which has been unbeknownst to me. I must admit, I still thought I was chatting crap still. Whoops, sorry, profanity buzzer. Farf, what were you doing to me? I've been chatting absolute rubbish. I've been chatting absolute rubbish there for the past 5 minutes. I didn't realise the safety car is out. It's VSC according to the top left-hand corner there. Luke cannot get back in, so hopefully the host can help him out there. Wait, all good. He's all back in then. Restart your console, says Knowles here as well. Yes, indeed then. Turn off and back on. I've made a career of that then. So yeah, good career as well then. Unfortunately, what I haven't done is I haven't had a chance to take my jumper off, so I'm going to be a sweaty mess by the end of this one. I was quite a sweaty mess on Sunday as well, really. Right there, there's as we're just coming down into turn 4 once again. So the biggest movers and shakers then. So unfortunately, Anthony down 13 positions. Rocket Lee down 8 positions. Luke down 7, but Luke has been, he can't decide whether he's coming or going, unfortunately for Luke. But hopefully the issue might be able to sort it out then. Kian, tell Luke not to come back in. My game will crash. Tell Luke not to come back in. My game will crash. Oh no. Kian then very concerned then, so he doesn't want Luke to come back in, otherwise that is going to cause issue for the Ferrari driver Kian, who's 7 points behind in the championship. My word. Now is Tori's up for session. I'm going to be honest, Tori didn't really qualify, and now unfortunately out of the race after 3 corners. That's going to be this is going to be a difficult judgment call, isn't it, for the head steward Farf. Can you really stop a driver from coming back in the session? To be honest, that's going to be a difficult one, isn't it? Of course, unfortunately for Kian, then he's going to be praying that Luke can't go back in the session. Safety car is in. Well, finally we get a notification that the safety car is actually out there, but now it's coming back in. I've knocked me graphics off. There we go. And Jinner is going to be the lead car as he watches Bernd Mailander power up from Youngsao. So now Jinner is the de facto safety car here. No one can overtake him until the safety car line 1, or is it the start-finish line? I don't know these days, to be honest. I don't know where the safety car line 1 is, to be fair. I mean, I mean, not joining left, not come back. Says Kian. Then as we're racing again, and Jinner is gonna win, and Kian. And I'm gonna be honest, I can't believe how Kian still got a good restart, even though he's talking to me in the comments. Fantastic. Down into turn one. Brennan up for a brilliant into full position. We've got some movers already. Then as Winnie now up into 8th position. Great something. Dan cannot afford to go get some damage against Brennan. Of course, Brennan's a reserve, but even so, Brennan has the right to race it, and the rain, I think, is getting lighter. I think we'll be on slick tyres momentarily in this one. And look at that. I think that I reckon that someone might roll the dice here and potentially come in on slick tyres in the next lap or two. Winnie is all over the back of Slayer here. Well, there's still some spray at turn 7 on the inside. Winnie is contact there, and there's a Mercedes off the circuit of Slayer. As I think that might have been a bit too optimistic there from Winnie potentially. Says the ginger man in the hot seat. We have got Real Ashton then, who was hoping. Oh, Kian, he's off the circuit. Oh my goodness gracious me! What is happening to Kian at I think that's the horseshoe, and he down into 40th position there. So Kian, then he was in the champion, was in the race, and effectively in the championship. Calm down, Sean. We haven't even completed lap 4. Goodness me. But Kian is at the back of the field. No, he isn't. He's 14th at the moment, but that is not ideal for Kian, who was Yes, we got a lot of drivers in the pit set, and I'm wondering if that's for slick tyres, you know. And goodness gracious me, DRS has not been enabled just yet. Dynamo Dan is fighting with Luke. Luke is back up in the 4th position now. Anthony has set the fast lap race on those new tyres. Medium tyres going on for Jenner. Medium tyres going on for Slayer. Hard rubber is going on for Brennan in at 17th position at the moment. As we come down the hill into turn 4, once again having a sniff. Nothing more than that though, as Luke is what a Howitt from Serious Mushroom. That's fantastic indeed. Whoa, and Winnie there, and goodness me, he's not such like Winnie, isn't there? Winnie has woken up and chosen violence on this day in history. He is in 7th position now, Winnie is. So what is, let's see, the gap is 10.3 seconds between Jinner and Real Ashton then. Can, if Jinner starts to eat into that gap then of course, they will have to come into the pits. I'm surprised that not more is coming to the pits, to be honest. But DRS is usually the signal to come into the pits, isn't it? But at the moment, Jinner is actually losing out, though, to Ashton. Those tyres have not fired up very well at all for the Haas team, for the Haas driver of Jinner. Dan leads the way. Marsky's in 2nd position. There's Kian down in 10th position. We do not know what happened to Kian. Was that a mistake or was that contact? And is there damage to the Ferrari? Into the pits, there comes Marsky and Sickest Mutt then. There's a lot more drivers coming to the pits then. So really, because we're pitting so early in this one, I do feel that the strategy is going to be very much a curveball in this one. Can the hard tyres get to the end from here on in? I don't think they can, personally. But it doesn't matter what I think. It matters about what the tyres do. Ashton there is all over the gearbox of Angry Davey, making a return to Grand Prix racing here tonight in 5th position. But the drivers have elected to stay out. Where is Jinner? Here is Jinner now. So Jinner then is flying past. Is he flying past all the drivers that came in the pits? No, Jinner has actually lost ground rather than gained ground then coming into the pits early on then. So maybe it was a lap or two early. Here's Winnie. Winnie, goodness gracious me. And now he's going into 4. My goodness me. Serious Racing gives it just about a car's whip. And through into 11th position there goes Winnie. And back in front then as we got to Ashton and Angry Davey having a good old scrap here. And now Ashton up into 5th position now. Angry Dave down into 6th then. Now Angry Dave will have his teammate behind him in the not too distant future. It's an Alpine 1-2 here. Alpine are 118 points away in the Constructors' Championship. They need a big score tonight or Alpine are out of the Constructors. Into the pits comes Dan. Whilst Dynamo Dan stays out. Kian has stayed out as well. And I'm wondering then who is going to get the advantage here. Kian has set the fast up the race after that half spin earlier on this race then. But Kian has stayed out. So is Dynamo Dan then. And I think Ashton is, yes, Ashton has stayed out as well. I'm in the 3rd position then for Ashton. What a performance so far for the Williams driver. And hopefully Preston doing well as well for Ashton. As just coming out of turn 4, Angry Davies got a 3-second penalty. Dan coming out of the pits now. Where's Marsky? Remember, 2 championship protagonists. Dan is still in front then. I feel that this is very interesting then, because I thought the track would have transitioned earlier on than this. But at the moment, that's not the case. And it's serious. Oh my my word. And look at that on the outside, then Smithy is going for his outlook Rocket League, and my goodness, we could have 4 blasts down into the turn 4. Smithy is done, I think if Smithy is through, but Craigar's not with any of that, and back up the inside, and then through Craigar into 14th position. They're both on the harder tyres here. And now we've got Brennan, who's just out, just in front as well. Look at this, look at this congregation here. Where's that Mercedes going? That's Rocket League off the circuit on the medium tyres there, unfortunately for Rocket League, just going in a bit too deep then. Yellow flag for one of the... Is that Kian? That's Kian had another issue. What's happened to the Ferrari driver? Kian is having a couple of issues in this one. Hopefully it's I think that's a lot of time that's been lost then. And Ashton is going to take the lead in the Brazilian Grand Prix. Real Ashton, this is the first time that Real Ashton leads a Grand Prix. And his debut season as well then for Real Ashton there. One of the performance so far. Dan takes the lead then. Dynamo Dan is out in second position. This is crucial. Slick as muck is up to fourth then. Or he was then because Marsky. Oh, that Angry Davies off the circuit then. Was that contact between the two RBs? Out of the pits now comes Dynamo Dan. Marsky's in fourth. Sick as muck in fifth position then. And now we got Dynamo Dan coming out in sixth position. Do not go over that white line because that could be a penalty. And they got Luke who's back in the fifth then. Where is Kian? He's down in 11th position. He's only just come out the pits. He's come out the pits in that heart of that battle we was just viewing a moment ago. Luke is through and past Sick as muck who's down into fifth position there. So Luke might be able to salvage somebody. Angry Davies still on the intermediate tyres, and Kian's going to get through. Damage to the RB, sadly. So if it it is well off the circuit there. Angry Davies said he's trying to recover back into the pit lane. I'm not sure if that damage was from his teammate. And up the inside goes Smithy here. Oh, and there's more rub in there. My word there, and that's Brennan up the inside. Smithy is going to be on the inside there, down into Magulio, the dive, and Brennan is now now down into 12th position there. Real Ashton is actually still setting the fastest laps out there, but that's been quickly eclipsed by Dan and then Marsky as well. Dan leads the way, Marsky second, and Sirius Mission will set the fastest lap as well. Luke comes into 4th position here. So Real Ashton then is enjoying himself out front at the moment, and here comes Brennan back through. DRS has been enabled unbeknownst to me, which was probably a few laps ago now. So Kian then has got to do a lot of work to get himself back into this one then. Angry Davey out of the Grand Prix, sadly. We have got Sick as Muck, who is lost out to Luke has lost out to Sick as Muck then, as that battle then is very much still commencing here. So at the moment Kian is down in 10th position. He's got a lot of work to do. He's spun twice, I believe, on this one. Has Kian. So Kian then trying to recover, but down in 10th position then the man who is second at the World Championship there. And here comes Jinner up the inside then, trying to fight past Dynamo Dan. Not quite though. And now he's got up the inside of Dynamo Dan. And of course Dynamo Dan is going to make it as hard as possible. Remember, these two were championship rivals back in seasons gone past. And look at Winnie here. Winnie, as he said earlier on, he's chosen violence tonight. And my goodness gracious me, having an almighty scrap. Jinner's off, and Jinner's in the wall, and he got on the power and is out of the Grand Prix, and that could be perfect for Real Ashton now as he's cut the pits on the VSC. Oh my word there, Jinner just got on the power and has gone into it's a safety car. It's a safety car again then. So 2 safety cars in the opening 9 laps here, but Jinner getting on the power out of the race then, and that is a shame indeed then. So now we got Brennan's got a 3-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. Real Ashton could potentially be still in the points here. What a incredible strategical manoeuvre here for Real Ashton. 3 retirements already in this one. There's an action-packed Brazilian Grand Prix on lap 10 out of 36 here. But Real Ashton's out of the points now. But I got to say, what a strategical call there from Real Ashton to stay up then. Safety car is out now, and Real Ashton is in a de facto 11th position there. And I must say that when he's watching Preston, it's really very much he's showing him that he's flying out there at the moment. Oh, well, that was a well, I'm glad that it's actually a safety car, to be honest, because I can now catch me breath, man, which has been very action-packed from the get-go. So let's take stock. We have got a majority of the field on hard tyres, and I feel that the majority of the field on hard tyres, can they get to the end from here on in? That's what I'm thinking right now. Dan leads. Of course, Dan tried to avenge the loss that potentially was taken away from him last week. There, of course, but Dan's leading this way at the moment. At the moment, He is back into second in the championship. Marsky is second, though, of course, mirroring what Dan's doing. Sigismund in a great third position. With Luke in fourth there, but Luke is quite quick at this moment in time. Dynamo Dan is in fifth. Mushroom is up in new sixth, and with Winnie seventh. Kian is in eighth position there. Kian has done 2 laps less on the hard tires. That could pay dividends later on in this one. Smith the Almighty is hopefully sorted out his wheel gremlin, so there's now in 9th position in the Ferrari. Anthony in 10th position. 11th position is Real Ashton with Albie in 12th. Good stuff from those 2 drivers. We got Stiles in 13th, Craig R 14th, 15th is Rocket Lee. Into the pits comes Slayer, and he's going on medium tyre, Slayer. I wonder if Slayer could roll the dice and go to the end from here. Maybe. And here comes Brennan back into the pits on harder tyres as well. Then, of course, he hasn't got any fresh ones. Beast. As a beast with the Max Verstappen kicking his car emoji. Gino just got on the power out of Jung Sao. Was well past Jung Sao. It was around turn 13, wasn't it? Those fast kinks setting the lap there. Gino just got on the power. The car was snaking and slithering around, and unfortunately Gino ran out of grip in that Haas car and out of the race. That's our third retirement in this one. Tori didn't make it past turn 4. Angry Davey had issues. I'm not sure if he had contact down into the centre edge, but damage to his car out of the Grand Prix as well. And also then we've also lost Jenner as well. Knowlesy's mediums would not make it. So on lap 11, then, even with these safety cars, as good as me, I'm winning Friday to that corner. So the medium tyres not making it. So that means that I think that Knowlesy hasn't said this out loud, but I think that Knowlesy is indicating that the hard tyres can go to the end of this race. Ooh, how interesting is that then? So if that is the case, then we're going to have a different strategy here, aren't we? We're going to have to... drivers are going to have to manage their tyres and try and get together. To be honest, used hards won't either, so everyone except Rocket will probably have to pit again. Talking of Rocket, I think the Rocket just got a penalty from somewhere, but I didn't see where. I'm not sure if... and Rocket is furious with himself there, sadly. And Knowlesy was saying about potentially Rocket may not have to come back in the pits. And now here comes Slayer coming in now. So Slayer is back into the pits, and I wonder if he's going back onto the hard tyres. And also, Brennan's in the pits as well. Goodness gracious me. I think we're going to have a lot of pit stops here. Look at this. This is a bit of choreography here on a Tuesday night. Beautiful stuff indeed. Red Bull was a bit slacking on their pit, and sadly Brennan is still in the pits. I wonder if they didn't actually fix his front nose cone potentially there for Brennan. But he's out of the pits now. Slayer is as well. So the safety car is out. Hopefully he'll be back in at the end of this lap, which means that gives me an opportunity to wet my whistle, but I can't find my mute button, which is not good. Where is it? I won't wet me whistle. Basically, I had nothing left to be kind of monster. Well, that's a shame, isn't it? So I think that Dan would kind of wish that funny-looking checkered black and white cloth would probably be hung out now, but that's not the case. We got well over half a Grand Prix to go in what has been probably one of the most challenging of conditions. It was light rain at the beginning. It was very, very light rain as well then, because it was barely raining at all, really, was it there? But I'm surprised how long the transition was to go from these intermediates to the slick tyres. But we're all on slick tyres now. And I thought it was going to bash into each other there. Goodness me, keep a bit of decorum, gentlemen, as we come out of Jung Sao. So Dan and Marsky were hoping to rocket away, but Sigismund is on medium tyres there. But Sigismund is going to go aggressive right from the get-go. Love that helmet as well. And there's a lot of good helmets in this Grand Prix tonight there, which is the most important part of a racer's repertoire. Now we'll go with green for go then, even though the green flags are out now and we're back racing. Marsky does not need to be thinking about defending from Sigismund, but Sigismund is going to launch one down the inside. And Marsky there is just about kept that car in front then. And Kian is and Winnie was fighting as well. And of course, I'm going to try and keep it on the championship protagonist as well as the other races as well. And my goodness me! And Winnie just about giving the Ferraris a car's way, but Kian switches to the inside, but a bit too far back. And Winnie there has been very aggressive on this opening stage of the Grand Prix here tonight, hasn't he? But goodness me, and we love it. I don't think the drivers do, but I love a bit of a good aggressive racing there. And of course, Far probably enjoys it as well. from his steward in office. We also heard that it's not been very well either, but on Monday night, he had a very beautiful, handsome voice set. He sounded like sexy Squidward. As we go down into Mercury on the dive, and he's through, Lucas. Wow! But no, Sickers Buckers haven't done it, but that's a magnificent overtake if he can get it done. And now he got an Alpine there as well. That would have been overtaking a season for me if Luke was able to do that, because that was fantastic. Sickers Muck, as you can see, Sickers Muck is already out of the DRS range, and here comes Luke then down into turn one there. Had a bit of a feint into turn one, but unfortunately I think that might have cost him a bit of momentum there. But what do I know? Because Luke is now all over the gearbox once again. Coming down, yellow flag. What's happening at the back of the field? That's a Red Bull. Is Craig R off? Is LB off as well? Into the center S as we go into turn 4. Luke is through. Has he gone in deep? No, that's incredible. But Sickers Muck is coming back through, wheel to wheel. They're almost touching. They are touching. And the Sickers Muck is not giving this one up. Luke is on the inside there, but Sickers Muck is a fantastic racing. Wow. That was mega. That was absolutely mega. And how that both of them keep it on the track is beyond me. That was fantastic racing. I think that's the best race in the season so far. I think that the others may disagree with that, but luckily I got a short memory. So just coming into Young South again. But this battling has really condensed this gaggle of cars up then. From further away down into 10th position. Now look at them all. They're all slipstreaming each other. This is not ideal for Kian because he's stuck in this DRS train. But there's cars all over the show here. There it comes. Dynamite down then. Dynamite down in full position. We're experienced mushroom into 5th now. Sickers Muck is diving back on the inside. Contact between the two cars. Kian is through. Or is he through? He is through. Passes the McLaren Mercedes driver as well. As Kian then almost off the circuit. Winnie's back through as well. This is absolute carnage. And Winnie's down into 6th position. Up into 6th, I should say. Wow. That's incredible. What a race there. Yes, it may have got a bit edge of your seat stuff, but even so, and Smithy's on the inside as well. Don't think the Ferrari's going to be too happy with that. I wonder if Fred Vasseur is going to be hanging out of his, hanging off the pit one a bit, shaking his fist at Smithy. But Smithy is still in the championship technically, and I don't think that, I think as long as you're in it to win it, then team orders is not going to be a paramount. It's not going to be paramount just yet, is it? But Smithy then in 9th position there. So Smithy though, as it stands, will be out of the championship at the end of today's race. Just watching Kian. We need to get past 6 months quite pronto here. Those medium tyres have only done 10 laps, but they look quite second hand out there. Whoa, my word! So now Kian, look at once again. Sickers Muck has got such a good straight line speed. Remember what we said in the build up to the qualifying session there. That we said that Sickers Muck had the highest. Oh my word! And the 2 Ferraris there. And wow, Smithy Almighty there is not helping his teammates in the championship battle here tonight. And Kian down into 9th position. There's going to be a lot of frustration there for Kian. As we said, Sickers Muck has got the fastest straight line speed. On the outside is Anthony. And Anthony is on the outside. Kian's got no grip on the inside there. But Kian is still fighting and having to step up the inside. But Dancy's got up the outside. And we're turning to the inside now. So Kian's gone wide. And he's going to try and get a slingshot. But that isn't the case. Anthony is through. Number 2, 9th position. And he's having a look there. But and the Aston Martin is through. Kian down into 10th position. My word. Dan leads. Marsky second. And Luke has got his way up into 3rd position. Luke has. He has a 3-second penalty. Luke does so. That is crucial. But Dan is leading the way by a second and a half. Whilst Kian is in this gaggle of cars having an almighty scrap. Luke has got into 3rd position there. Here comes Smithy Almighty. He's flying through the field like a hot knife through butter. He's starting in 19th position there. Here comes Anthony. Anthony up the inside of Sickers Muck. Sickers Muck there. Whoa, Anthony almost off the set. Kian's off! And Kian's off and in the wall. Oh my word there. And Kian down into 14th position here at this moment. Goodness gracious me. The man who's in such fine form with 2 firsts on the second of the last 3 races having a mare in this Brazilian Grand Prix. And Sickers Muck there is becoming a bottleneck now. It's just watching. Oh my word, there's Brennan's interest in this battle as well. What incredible racer that was there. Camera racer, Kian having a higher rear wing. It's not easy to overtake, Camera is saying. So especially with Seeker's Smoke, who's probably got the lowest rear wing setting on the whole of the grid there. However, I think because of that, that's going to come back to bite him in the rear posterior because of the probably amount of sliding he's doing in the middle sector. That's just going to eat into his tyres. Well, who needs F1 when you have ALR bronze? Exactly that. My word. I was getting a bit depressed with only 2 races to go in the real world of Formula 1, but goodness me, ALR's got 4 races to go, including this one here tonight. Oh my goodness me. And Anthony is, I thought he would have been alongside you. There's a lot of harvesting going on. We can tell that because the rear rain lights are flashing now. As Smithy Almighty is getting hauled back into this gaggle, but Smith Almighty should take off now with Sigismund then just struggling in the corner part of this circuit. Lovely shot here then as we go. Oh, as Anthony, how did he get that car stopped? Luke is now 7/10 of a second away. Luke is the joker in the pack. He is not in the championship hunt, but Dan and Marsky does not want to be involved. And Dynamo Dan is now also becoming the rear gunner for Dan as well, because Dynamo Dan is going to take points off Marsky as well. That is the gaff at the front. The gaff at the front is Dan, Luke, Marsky, Dynamo Dan, Mushroom, and Winnie. And then after that, we got Smithy Almighty, who's not actually bolted out of this gap here, which is not ideal. There's Keane, he's got onto the back of this battle here. But Smithy Almighty, I'm surprised he's still in this, and now that's going to help Sickers Mark defend against Anthony here. And that's going to, in turn, hurt Brennan, Rocky Lee, Hungry Styles, Slayer, and Kian. However, I may be corrected here down into the center S side. No, I'm not. But Rocky Lee is having a sniff on the inside of the Red Bull. Goodness me, for a day later, $1 short there. And I don't think Brennan's going to be too happy with that launch there. But Rocket Lee, that was controlled nonetheless. And into 11th position there. But now Rocket Lee is going to have to get the fence here, because here comes Hungry Styles in a 12th position. And he's now the meat in that Mercedes sandwich. I dare not take my eyes off of this battle, but I'm going to try to for a minute, because this is the gap at the front. Look at that. It's Dan, Luke, and Morsky, followed by Dynamo Dan on the medium tyres. Serious Mushroom in 5th position. Winnie in 6th. My word. That is the top 6 at the moment. They are now 3.5 seconds in front of that incredible scrap that is happening behind them at the moment, which is Smithy Almighty, which is Sickers Muck. This race is on lap 19 already, goodness me. Which is, Sickers Muck is now out of DRS range of this gaggle of cars. There's more action here. My goodness me, Albie's got a 3-second penalty, sadly, as now Sickers Muck, I feel, might be a sitting duck as they're coming across the line. Dan still leads that, but it's Luke who has the penalty at the moment. At the moment, it's status quo, but not here, I don't think, because we could see some action now with Sickers Muck. Will not, but look at that, even with DRS, Sickers Muck is so difficult to overtake, but he's launching up the inside down. Someone, Sickers Muck has been contacted to the center, and Sickers Muck dropping down into 13th position there. I wonder, did Anthony come from too far back potentially then? Maybe he outbraked himself there. Dan's got a 3-second penalty. Corey's Brennan's up into 8th position there. Anthony down into 9th there. Corey's got a 3-second penalty. These penalties are going to be crucial, I think, in the outcome of this Grand Prix. Hungry Styles up the inside of Rocket Lee, but no dice of this. That door was getting firmly shut on the toes of Styles. There's Sickers Muck. There's more contact, and I think the Kian went to the back there, but I don't think the Ferrari's damaged there too much anyway. But Kian might be able to drive around that. So, as it stands, Marsky is leading this race, and if you go in form of count back there, Mushroom for the win, says Kiki. Of course, Kiki won the Constructors' Championship last night for the Mercedes, and so Kiki, I think, will probably nursing a very extreme hangover, I'm sure of it, even though Kiki is born to win, isn't he? But I know he loves the Constructors and all that, but I do think Kiki will be thinking about a proper assault on the Silver Championship for next season. I'm sure of it. His teammates taking all the plaudits this season, but we're interested to see what Kiki can do next season. Kian has got through past Stars. Now with this, as Luke has taken the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix, and oh my word, and now we have got the Red Bull through and in 8th position there. With this, I'd say with this battle, like starting to It's Winnie's all over the gearbox of Mushroom. As with that battle in the midfield, starting to calm down now. Well, I say calm down because who's that there? As Rocket Lee all over the gearbox of Anthony. with this battle starting to calm down ever so slightly. I think the Kia might be able to start to pick his way through here, but at the moment it's very difficult indeed. Agreed, Mushroom for the win and driver of the day. Serious Mushroom over to 5th position above there. Of course, Smithy doing a great job as well in 7th position there. Winnie also flying through the field quite nicely. There's a lot of driver of the day, candidates out there, but of course you've also got to impress the man far up as well as Winnie's fast. Serious Mushroom then, and up into 5th position there. We've also got the lead has been swapped as well because it's Luke who's dropped out of the lead, and Kian has now got past Rocket Lee as well. I don't know where to look, to be honest. We need about 4 or 5 spectators in this one because this is absolutely ridiculous Grand Prix so far. Kian back in the points now, and he's also in the de facto 8th position as well. Luke has dropped down 3 positions because look, there goes Marsky, and up into 2nd position. Now Luke is having a comeback at him here, but I think Marsky's got the position there. He has indeed. Look at this. This DRS train in the top 6. Goodness me, I'm so impressed of how they just keep breaking time after time after time in exactly the same place. Fantastic stuff indeed. Kiki, back to bronze you go then. As Kiki hopes so. So just watching Dan going down Magulio the dive here. Dan leads. Marsky in 2nd position. 3rd is Luke, followed by Dan, followed by Winnie, followed by Serious Mushroom, who's now in the back of this gaggle of cars. So Smith and Mighty 2.5 seconds back. Brennan 2 seconds back. Kian is now starting to stretch his legs. He's got past those cars that have been fighting tooth and nail. And Kian is not too far back from this top 6 actually. So Kian is still going to be involved in this battle for the lead. Then do not count out Kian. Then it still can go either way. So into the pits comes Sigismund now, and I think Sigismund will be going on to a new fresher medium boots. There is a Ferrari in the background. Oh, that's Smithy. I apologise, but still, there's the Ferrari in the background of Smithy. He is in the championship still, but it's Kian who we're looking for, and there he goes. He's now into 8th position. Kian is up into 8th position, but Brennan there is not giving an inch, is he? But I think he's going to have to yield at this stage. He is going to yield then. So Kian's now got a 2.5 advantage between himself and Smithy and Whitey. So now he needs to put his toe down here, does Kian, and get involved in this battle, because I think that Kian's out of rough race, but he's still in 8th position there. And my goodness gracious me, that just shows that days like this is where you look back on the championship and think, I have maximised my performance. And I think that is what Kian needs to do now. Is he going to get help from Smithy Almighty? Because Smithy Almighty has been very much Mark Webber in this race when it comes to helping out. Luke is in the pits. So Luke is in the pits. Lap 24. We've got 12 laps to go in this race. Now, this is interesting. Kian has done 2 laps less than the drivers around him. Dynamo Dan stayed out, but Dynamo Dan is now out of DRS, and Winnie could potentially be sniffing a podium here. Now, Luke has gone on to medium tyres. So we may have some 2 stoppers in this one, as just watching Winnie having a sniff, but unfortunately too far back at the moment. Look at the amount of, we noticed this on Monday as well, didn't we, about the amount of debris that comes off the car. So you're just seeing more debris come off. Look at that. The diffusers are taking an absolute pounding out of the exit of 4, and that is certainly not going to help the floor of these ground effect era Formula 1 cars. So the drivers are very much throwing caution to the wind. My word there! And oh my goodness me, how did Brendan keep that going? He was sideways. I thought that he was going to the scene of the accident, but somehow Brennan kept it on the island. That's incredible racing. Incredible car control as well. So the 6 has become 5 now. Dan, who's got a penalty, which means Marsky does not need to worry too much about overtaking. However, and into the pits now comes Dynamo Dan. But caveat to that, he wants to stay in the DRS range of Dan, because if he gets out of DRS range, Dan could potentially start to stretch his legs and stretch his car, stretch his wheel, and all that kind of stuff. But Winnie needs to get himself back into DRS for the top 2. But now it's starting to spread out. Smithy Almighty 5th. Kian is in 6th position, but look at Kian. Look who's behind him. We got Rocket Lee. We got Brennan there. Kian is really struggling at this moment in time. I say struggling. And look, and Rocket Lee is through, and Kian down into 7th position. I wonder if he used too much of his deployment, and it's now starting to hurt him. It's now starting to hurt himself here, and struggling to and is struggling to keep in front of these cars behind them. It's so difficult to get a DRS around here, isn't it? It is. I found out last week that it's almost impossible, isn't it? Sometimes you got to be really tactical, haven't you, on this one there? But anyway, nonetheless, we are having an incredible race then here in Bronze Light. Fantastic 17th then. So Dynamo Dan in 13th position then as we got. Whoa, is that Real Ashton there having issues there? I think he might have just been letting Sick as much go there, but Real Ashton there having. I think that is this his best race of the season? Maybe. But he certainly led this race. And as we go down into turn 1 there, and Marsky takes the lead, gets ahead of Dan, and Dan's got a 3-second penalty as well. If it finishes now, with the checker flag full drops now, then of course Dan will be down into 4th position. Lucas at the fast up race, you get the bonus point for fast up. It doesn't matter where you finish. Similar to how Formula E used to be way back in yesteryear. Kean back into 6th position now. Second and a half back from his teammate. There's his teammate just in front of us for Kean. And then both Ferraris are 5th and 6th. But as it stands, Ferrari not be Constructors Championship. They couldn't be Constructors Champions anyway tonight. Whoa, Kean's car is not looking too compliant on the old rear there. And I do feel that he's taken a lot of life out of these tyres because of the amount of battling he's been doing to get in front of this gaggle of cars. And it's been an almighty battle indeed. Luke is almost about 7 seconds back from this gaggle of cars. Dynamo Dan is about 9 seconds back as well. And then Sickers Muck also on fresh medium tyres as well. So there, I wonder if Sickers Muck might have been the man who put on the best strategy here potentially. Back at the front, Marsky leads. Marsky, of course, is in the championship. That the gap has been whittled down to 7 points. Over the past couple of events in bronze, that it has been coming down. As Marsky has not had the best of races by his standard over the last 2 or so races. But my goodness me, this is back to form now for Marsky with just 4 races to go, including this one there. But we're on lap 27 now, out of 36, and Rocket League, and he's going to dive up the inside then, and whoa, he's keying off the circuit there. Rocket League, that was very well judged, to be honest. That was very well judged, to be honest, there, because as Luke is through past Slayer and up into 11th position there, Luke is going to be quite quick now. Well, I say quite quick, very quick then. In the drivers, it is going to really stretch their tyres now. So the top 5 have not come in the pits. They've all done 29 laps on the hard tyres. Kean's done 19 laps on the hards. Rocket Lee has done 17 laps on the hard. Brennan has done 16 laps on the mediums. So, goodness me, those medium tyres are not going to pass a MOT test set. P14 is the best finish for Ashton in his debut season. Ashton's done he's my Ashton has been absolute driver of the season for me so far. It's been superb. How he whilst I've been waffling away, Marsky's lost the lead because Dan's through. The Mushrooms into the pits as well with 8 laps to go. I'm wondering if Mushroom might be going on to the medium tyres now. Then I wonder if he possibly maybe thinking he should have come in a couple of laps before Marsky is back through and takes the lead once again. And look at the background. Kean, it's not a straightforward race for Kean either because Rocket Lee is back through. Let me get that graphic out of the way. Yes, Rocket Lee back in the 5th position. And now they got the Red Bull also looking hungry as well. Brendan's doing a great job on the medium tyres. I thought he'd got on the outside there. Remember, Jarno Trilly and I think it was Adrian Sutil on the opening lap of 2009. They had a bit of fisticuffs there, didn't they? As Sutil and Trilly there squeezed each other, and it was quite a frightening incident. Sadly, Fernando Alonso, which is kind of caught in no man's land there, he wasn't even involved in it, but they skated across the very wet and sodden grass after an absolutely heavy rain, a downpour in qualifying there. As always, Brendan there off the circuit on one of the medium tyres have had its day, and they certainly have, because that car is oversteering, understeering off the circuit, and unfortunately for Brendan there, wasn't able to keep control. Smithfield Mighty is still falling into the back here of this gaggle of cars. Lap 29 out of 36 here. Kean has made his way up into 6th position. It will be 5th because Rocket League does have penalties. It might even be 4th if Dan cannot start to stretch away. Ashton is the GOAT, absolutely. Of course, Ashton also was in the Grand Prix earlier on today as well, and that safety car was timed to perfection. I think that Ashton has a mystical ball. As we got Kean now in 5th position, Rocket League down into 6th. We might have to call Ashton Mystic Ashton from now on then. terrible, but there you go. I don't think many people even know who Mystic Meg is, to be honest. Yeah, it just shows my age again. Right, goodness me, Kian then into 4th position there. It's been a difficult race this one, hasn't it? Go, Kian then says 090, as in the moment Kian has made his way back to 5th position there. As it stands, he is not going to get in front of Dan, but also as it stands, Dan would drop down into 4th position, or 3rd. Winnie driving superbly well. Winnie has flashes of brilliance, doesn't he? Winnie does so. Winnie is a Grand Prix winner, potentially should be a 2 or 3 time Grand Prix winner, but only a Grand Prix winner so far in the McLaren Mercedes. But since Winnie's come back, he has done a very good job for the McLaren team. Getting a lot of points on the board. McLaren are now in front of Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes at the moment have only got one entry in tonight. Rocket Lee is in the Mercedes, but reserve drivers are not allowed to score for the Constructors, because we have had issues in the past, haven't we, where reserve drivers have basically won it for Constructors, basically run it for the teams. Marsky is through. Kian has not got past Smithy Almighty yet. Then Smithy Almighty then is into a very hard fourth position here tonight. Well done to Smithy, brilliant stuff indeed. Then we talk about Mushroom being driver of the day. I think the Smithy should be in there as well. We'll take a look at the change of positions there before Farf tells me off. There it is, and Smithy up 15 positions there. Serious Mushroom is up 1 position, believe we have more than that. Stars up into 9th position, and no penalty for that. And there is, and the penalty situation, if I can find him, is there. So that is the penalty situation at the moment there. Rocket League free, Brennan free, Luke free, also free for Dan as well. The laps are starting to tick down here. I'm wondering then, is yellow flag, Craigar out to the right side, is that it's a safety car, and a very late safety car here, and this is really from the cat amongst the pigeons. My goodness gracious me. And who's going to come in and who's going to stay out? The Ferrari drivers are coming into the pits, and as Kian's in the pits, and Dan's in the pits, right? This is going to be painful for Dan, who's got a 3-second penalty. Oh my goodness gracious me. So the drivers that come in the pits, like to Luke, Dynamo and Dan, Serious Mushroom and Sick as Muck, are they going to stay in the pits? And soft tyres that are going on then. I think that everyone's going to have to come in the pits, you know. And so out of the pits, there's Craig R's left the session then. Where's Kian? Then Kian, then we're keeping on Kian, of course, because he is a part of the championship battle. Kian's dropped down into 10th position. It's a horror show for Kian, unfortunately. Serious Mushroom has stayed out on the medium tyres. Everyone else has come in. Rocket Lee has gone medium tyres as well there. So Rocket Lee is not confident with the soft tyres here. Luke is at the pits while Dynamo Dan. This is unfortunately anyone who was on the 2-stop strategy, that is going to be painful. Dan leads the way with Marsky in 2nd position. Everyone is on soft tyres apart from LB, who's done 26 laps on the hard tyres. Farfer's thrown in. Oh goodness me, I need to clean my phone. Then I got to say there's a lot of saliva on my phone. Then I'm just say it, don't spray at me. We want the news, not the weather. Smithy Almighty, Marsky, Winnie, and Serious Mushroom for driver of the day. Get your votes in now, or wait actually, because we've got 5 more laps of this one. And I apologise to RB. He's gone soft now. So LB has gone soft. He's basically the opposite to the RB, isn't he? Just think if LB goes into the RB next season, that is going to be a nightmare for me. Incoming chaos, says Ultimate Beast. It certainly is going to be chaos, isn't it? So Dan leads the way, with Marsky in 2nd. 3rd is Mushroom. Winnie 4th. Smithy in 5th, with Rocket Lee in 6th position. Anthony 7th. Brennan in 8th position. Styles in 9th. Kian down in 10th position, in the man who's 2nd in the World Championship. Slayer, penalties. 11th position is Luke. 12th is Slayer. 13th is Sick as Muck. Albie 14th. 5th, Sick as Muck 14th. Albie 15th. Ashton in 16th position. I am sweating profusely. Big Al, come on, Mushroom. Let's go, Mushroom. It could be chaos, says Cameron. It certainly will be chaos, won't it? When safety car going to come in then, I think we're going to have 4 laps of this chaos. I wonder if any of the back runners may have come into the pits again and have a lap younger, softer tyres. But no tomfoolery in this one. They want to get going, don't they, for the final stage of this Grand Prix. If things go this way, Real Ashton potentially could be looking on points, especially with drivers in front of him that does have penalties. Hats off, by the way, because that lack of penalties there is absolutely superb. Sadly, this ginger guy, I've got 15 in the 100%, and I think I've probably got more, actually, to be fair. Having said that, though, Has everyone pit? Says Slayer. Yes, everyone's pitted apart from Serious Mushroom. Everyone in front of Slayer has pitted apart from Serious Mushroom. Then Rocket Lee has pitted, but he went onto the medium tires and just on board now with Real Ashton. Then, as I think we're going to be green. I think at the end of this race, if at the end of this lap, then if of course Siggelsbeck, Albie, and Ashton there catches the back of the safety car here. Otherwise, it's going to be an extra lap then, and that might be crucial. It does depend, though, doesn't it? If do you really want an extra lap behind the safety car? I don't think some drivers do. No, safety car is in at the end of this lap. Then, I was very composed there. Bad luck for Kian tonight. 90 is saying it's been a tough race for Kian, but remember, the races like this is where Kian, Dan, Morsky, Smithy Almighty will look back and think these are the races where I maximise my opportunity, and Kian can still do so, of course, there. But it's going to be chaos there. You just got to avoid the chaos there. You can come back, Kian says 90. We're racing again in Interlagos, and Winnie, I think, has been caught napping here, and here comes Smithy, and Smithy Almighty that is trying to get a lunch, and we've also got Kian who's gone past Styles and having to 10 finishes. Here comes Kian. He's got 3 laps sent to him. He's got 3 laps here. He's had 1 position already, Kian is and we got a 3-second penalty for Rocket Lee as Anthony cannot get past Rocket Lee just yet, but Rocket Lee's done a good job onto those on those medium tyres. Serious Mushroom has not been swamped yet either. There is Mushroom just below our screens. Luke is past Styles and made his way up the order as well. Smithy Almighty, that's a painful penalty for the Ferrari driver Smithy. That is heartbreak as well, and that's Corey trying to get through. Sorry, that's Brendan trying to get past Anthony. My word, they're not giving each other much room at all. That 33 out of 39 here. 6, I should say. 6. Dan, followed by Marsky, followed by Serious Russia. Marsky just needs to stay within 3 seconds of Dan to keep that position there. Winnie then, who's been absolutely on a hard charge since the get-go in this one, is pushing Mushroom out of Young Sao and up the hill. And Winnie there really wants to get past. DRS will be available on this lap, but Winnie would like to get past before the just at the centre rest. Surely here, Serious Russia is going to get defensive here. Serious Russia, the only driver not to come in the pits, and when he's going for it, he's having a look there, but Serious Mushroom parking in the apex of the corner. Fantastic 17 there, but look at Winnie there. He's all over Mushroom's gearbox here. Mushroom could still get points, so of course there, but Mushroom also in DRS as well. But here comes Winnie, and here comes Smithy on the outside, and Smithy's through, and the Serious Mushroom there was sandwiched there, and they're through into third position. That's a great manoeuvre there for Smithy Almighty. 2 for the price of 1. Bug off. Fantastic from Smithy. He's got a 3-second penalty. I don't like to. All you Smithy fans out there are probably going to be unhappy with me now, as I had to put that. Look at the penalties. And Kian's got a penalty as well. Goodness gracious me. Look at the penalty situation there. 6 seconds for Rocket Lee. Rocket Lee is defending there. Goodness me, he's gotten very acute, but he still kept his position. Oh my goodness gracious me. So the penalties are starting to rack in now, as it is an action-packed ending to action-packed Brazilian Grand Prix. Wow, this is a great Brazilian Grand Prix, wasn't it? I think the Farf is on the edge of his seat shortly, but Farf may also have to crack out the whip as well, depending if we get any post-race penalties. Across the line now, Winnie is currently in the de facto 2nd position here. Serious Mushroom has got no DRS, and that has allowed Rocket Lee up into 4th position there. Serious Mushroom there, if he keeps within 3 seconds of the car in front, then he will be able to, as Brennan and Luke fighting for position as well. If he keeps within 3 seconds of Mushroom, he will be able to, and Smarsky's taking the lead. He will be able to gain back position that he might be loose at this stage, and up the inside gear that is through and passes Mushroom and up into 6th position. Brennan's got another penalty. That is going to be costly for Brennan, sadly. 35 out of 36. Kian has made his way up into 6th position, but however, he does have penalties already. He will only lose a place. He may lose a couple of positions over to Diamond Dan and maybe Starshead. So he needs to get motoring, does Kian. He needs to get past Rocket Lee pronto here. Otherwise, there could be more positions he's losing. Currently, though, I think he's only losing 1, maybe 2 positions then. But look at that conga line behind him then. So at the moment, Marsky is currently leading this race and will extend this lead in the driver's standings then with Dandan in second. But that penalty is going to be painful for Dandan. He might be able to keep third position in, but we'll find out. Dandan needs to have no one in front of him because as Serious Slayer, who am I saying? Smithy Almighty is at the fast of the race there. Dandan needs to have no one in front of him here, and that slip from Marsky. I wonder if that's tactical there for Marsky to hold up Dan 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 and him lose positions in this Grand Prix, which also hurts him in the championship as well, which is free to go after this one. Dan Dan takes the lead into turn 4. Kian's pass Rocket League. That is crucial. That is very crucial indeed. Serious motion defended from Luke. Luke's gone wide. Luke is off the circuit there. He's going to come back on in front of his teammate. No, he's alongside his teammate. And Anthony's into flight position. My word, incredible stuff indeed. So they're in a 13th position now. These drivers might have to start to bunch up though. It's Corey's off the circuit, and Brennan's off the circuit there, and it's lost out, and now dropped down behind Dynamo Dan, who's got no penalties. My goodness gracious me. And look at this, as Marski is now trying to get the defensive here from Swift Martin, another driver who's trying to put a spurt on the final stage of this Grand Prix. And now out of Youngstown, and Marski is looking at his 4th Grand Prix win of the season. Marski wins the Sao Paulo Grand Prix, and that has extended his lead in the drivers' championship there. Look at Kian, he's down into 8th position. Dan's dropped down into 3rd. Oh my goodness gracious me. Hungry Styles in 6th position. What a drive from Styles. What a drive from Smithy. What an incredible race that was. What a drive there for a lot of drivers out there. Absolutely superb stuff indeed. But it's Marski taking win number 4 of the season and is extending his lead in the Drivers' Championship, which we've got 3 races to go. And my goodness me, it is business time in the championship now. Wow, that's all I say. Oh yes, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Marski there is on top of the world in the championship, on top of the world in Sao Paulo as well. And there he is. What a hard-fought victory that was for Marski. My goodness gracious me. As we're just spraying the bubbly, but let's take a final look at the classification. And from an epic Sao Paulo Grand Prix, Marski win number 4 of the season, extends in the championship. My word, that it was looking quite perilous coming into this race tonight, especially with Kian getting 4 poles in a row. Winnie from 12th to 2nd, great drive. Dan, that 3-second penalty, is that going to be costly at the end of the season? Smithfield Mighty from 19th to 4th, Mushroom from 14th to 5th, Styles from 18th to 6th, Dynamo Dan in 7th position, Kian down in 8th position there, Slayer in 9th, Anthony completes the top 10, Luke in 11th, Rocket League 12th, Sickers Mug in 13th, Brennan in 14th, Albie 15th, and Real Ashton in 16th. Retirements was Craig R, was Jenna, Angry Dave, and Tori out of the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. And driver of the day goes to Mushroom there, 27% for Smithy, 27% for Marski. Sadly, Winnie gets no vote, so that's harsh, Winnie. I would have voted for you, my good sir. And we've got Marski, who's joined us in the comms box, and we've also got Dan in the comms box as well. And Marski, this is win number 4 of the season. You extend your lead in the championship after it's been a bit of a precarious couple of races then, but goodness gracious me. Where do we start it? Because it wasn't an easy race, not by a long shot, but how are you feeling? Because I'm absolutely stumped.
Relieved. Yeah, it was a tough one. That's starting on the inters. I was expecting a lot more drama, to be fair, at the start. But I treated the inters like the softs. As soon as we had time to box, I thought I'd put the hards on, they'll go all the way to the end. And then got another safety car towards the end, and I thought, oh, this is where I lose it. But managed to keep it together. It would have been nice to win it on track and get a real victory, but I'll take it at the end of the day.
My word. And during that race then, especially as you mentioned with that safety car at the end then, how was you concerned? Because you're leading the championship. It's been a difficult couple of races as well, where Kian's been very much on the march up until today. It's been a bit of a difficult day for Kian today, but he's been on the march. So was you always thinking about, I'm gonna duck out of these moves here, or I'm gonna just like let them go for it themselves? Or can't you do that? Are you gonna cause yourself more damage by not going in it fully?
Yeah, just like I said before, I had the bad couple of races, just going to keep racing as normal, as true to myself as possible, and obviously the consistency will take care of itself.
And you did mention about the hard tires at the end of the Grand Prix. There are some drivers that came in the pits and was going for a two-stopper, maybe going medium. Was you concerned by those drivers that are coming back through, or did you feel that there wasn't enough time for a two-stopper in the final stages?
It would have been touch and go, but I felt that the pace Dan had, I felt I was dragging each other along with the DRS and that. I felt we had enough in the bag to keep them behind.
And of course, Winnie and in that opening stage, then there's a six-car fight. There's a couple of drivers in there that's not involved in the championship. Was you concerned about what of potentially going for a legends then, especially if they're not in the championship fight, or was you fairly confident there's not going to be some silly moves?
I took a couple of knocks on the first lap, but luckily I was unscathed. And yeah, it's always a worry into any first corner, really, battling for a championship. You can lose it all in that first corner, so it's just keeping out the way and let your consistent pace take over for the rest of the race. It's a long race, so usually if you're consistent and clean, you're usually there to pick up a couple of points at the end.
And now, after this race, and we've got three races in the desert, but they're all very different propositions. Then we've got Las Vegas next week, followed by Qatar, followed by Abu Dhabi. Then, and this is very much the business end of the season now. Are you nervous about any of those races then, or you like bring them on?
A little bit nervous about Qatar. I am very poor there, and track limits are difficult. But I'm looking forward to Vegas. I think I can win that one.
And if you do win that one, do you think the championship would be done and dusted then? I don't think you can mathematically win it in Vegas, but if you do win it and your rivals finish behind you, you will have a big advantage going into the final two races. Would that be too much of a psychological blow for your championship contenders?
I'm hoping so, but Kian and Jinner, well, Jinner's not in the title race, but Kian is stupidly quick. So at the end of the day, you could win the next three easily. But it's just as long as I can get a couple of podiums and maybe as another mistake, then the championship could be wrapped up. But it's all to play for, and it's getting squeaky bum time.
And we love it. Well done, Stay Marsky. Brilliant job indeed, and a great drive to your fourth Grand Prix win here in Sao Paulo. Really good stuff indeed. Dan, you finished first day. That 3 second penalty cost you a couple of points in the title race. Well, I think it was about 15. It cost 15, 5. It cost you. Do you feel that that might be a mistake too far, especially after what happened in Mexico a week ago?
It's cost me 10. Yeah, definitely. Especially given that I sort of essentially lost 10 last week in the stewards room, lost another 10 today. So yeah, I think that's it.
As we did mention, there are three races to go in the desert, though. Las Vegas, Marsky does feel quite confident there, but I do feel that's going to be a race of absolute chaos and anarchy. Um, um, what can you do? What can you do with, as you mentioned, you've lost 20 points in the last couple of races. Then, how can you keep your self focused on the fight? Then, as you mentioned, you just said that it's potential done and dusted for you, but you can never say never in this game, though, can you?
No, you never say never. You've just got to turn up and drive and see what happens. Um, but yeah, it would take a lot of errors by other drivers to lose it from here. So um, yeah, that's pretty much it.
With the race today as well, there was a lot of drama coming into this race. I did pinpoint that this is probably one of the races where it's going to be a bit of banana skin, and of course, Kian did slip up today. But with the action going on, then how difficult was it to decide on strategy and things like? Because it seemed quite clear cut by the things of it from Marsky's point of view, where going to hard tires right to the end, or was you thinking about maybe an extra start to put Marsky under pressure towards the end?
No, it was certainly an interest to hard, and I was intending to take them all the way. But the safety car just came right at the literally as we were at the pit entry, so jumped onto the softs. Otherwise, we would have been sitting ducks. But I think a few around me at the start boxed too early off the inters. I was a bit confused as to what was going on while people were boxing when it was still quite wet. So um, there was a few laps behind me, and they didn't manage to get the undercut. So yeah,
And what do you think about Vegas then in a week's time then? I do think that Vegas, out of the last three races, is probably going to be the most chaotic one of the Grand Prix. Do you feel the same way of that, or do you think that the last three races then there could be chaos in all of them?
Yeah, Vegas has the potential to throw up a lot of surprises. The walls again are very, very close, so if you can keep it safe, you probably do quite well around there. And yeah, we'll see what happens.
Really good stuff today. Well done, Dan. Dan, a great job to your 13th podium of the season. Really good stuff indeed. Marsky with his fourth Grand Prix win of the season as well. Then, as Marsky said, it's squeaky bum time now. It certainly is. Then, edge of your seat stuff. Kian had a horror show day today after his fourth pole in a row, and Marsky then has extended in the championship. Then, only 78 points up for grabs ish. With just 3 rounds to go, we're going to be going to Vegas tomorrow night. Then, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I cannot wait. See you tomorrow then for 100% then. Whilst the bronze guys, will see you this time next week then for more action from the